I also want to make clear that I did not receive any support, financial or otherwise, from Hassan Piker.
Why you laughing?
You are fucking
Why you laughing?
dude.
Well, boys, today is tomorrow, and Kaceytron is still in the news. This woman is done. Alright, she waved the white flag. Alright, this man Ethan ulted and got a goddamn team wipe. Oh my god. I know this man was smirking up in the courtroom whenever she finally settled. She finally settled, chat. Tens of thousands of dollars later spent on lawyers, and she still fucking lost. If only she settled 6 months ago, her ass could have been up 40K. But let's get into this, alright, boys. Let's get into this apology. I like how starting off the apology, this bitch couldn't even, make her own timer. She used a fucking YouTube timer. I don't know, I'm just being nitpicky. Alright, it's a good day today. But also, this is a pre-recorded message, boys, alright? I guess she couldn't handle doing this live and having her chat being like, how dare you backstab them, because trust me, you're gonna get into it. You're gonna be backstabbing Frogan and Denims.
I want to begin by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. The lawsuit was not frivolous. When I said the lawsuit was frivolous and based on misogyny, it was to garner sympathy, protect my own reputation, and retaliate against the clients. This lawsuit has given me a greater understanding of copyright protection, people's copyrights, and the importance of protecting copyrights in the online content creation community. It is important for the entire content creation community to respect the intellectual property rights of other creators, and I will adhere to the lessons I've learned throughout this process going forward.
This is a heartfelt message, boys. It's a heartfelt message from Kaceytron. She's letting you know Hassan never supported her. I want to be honest here. I will feel kind of hard pressed to believe that H3 wrote any part of this, because that's more of a personal thing. All right, that's more of a personal thing. Just like, oh, y'all also fuck Hassan. He said he was gonna financially support me, and then he didn't, which we know he didn't at all. He supported none of them. He didn't support Denims, Frogan, or Kaceytron in this legal lawsuit. Not financially, not by, allowing them to, get on his stream and promote their shit, not allowing them to do anything. I don't even think he rated any of them with his huge 30,000 viewer stream. Brother left them to dry. I'm gonna be honest, that's from the heart right there. She was just like, oh yeah, let me freestyle right quick. Like half of the other shit, I'm like, oh yeah, this man H3 is probably writing this. I think she just slapped that in there, just like, oh yeah, also fuck Hassan. But she's trying to put it in the disguise of, no, H3 made me say that, when in reality, she's like, that motherfucker said he was going to give me 30K for this lawsuit. Where's the 30K at, Hassan?
Hassan never even reached out to me privately to offer words of support. Speaking honestly, I found his indifference to my suffering hurtful, especially after he hinted he might help me behind the scenes. It felt like he wanted to receive credit from the public for him helping me without providing any.
Like I said, from the heart. Right there, that's from the heart. Literally, all the judge said was just write an apology, and this bitch was starting to go off on Hassan. All the judge said was just like, write an apology that is X amount of time long, present it to him, yada, yada, yada. That's the end of the case. And there you go. And she's just like, yeah, fuck Hassan, fuck Hassan's mom, fuck Hassan's mama. She said, screw the whole Hassan crew. He was trying to get credit for helping me without really helping me. And everyone kept trying to tell Kaceytron that's what he does. He tries to take credit for something that he never did. And I guess she had learned firsthand. But she's might be coming to the light now.
As to the GoFundMe money, to the extent there are any remaining funds after I pay my attorney's fees, I have agreed to pay the remaining funds to the clients.
Imagine if there's only 17K left, chat. Imagine if there's only 17K left. Imagine how pissed off she would be. She's like, you're telling me you're still accepting this 17K, but also I had to humiliate myself for you to accept it. Oh, imagine if there's only 17,000. I wouldn't know how much there's left. I hope there's only 17K left after she pays the fucking attorney fees. I hope. Just so this whole entire thing could be a full circle.
The funds will not go to anyone else, including Denham's or Frogan, to defend their lawsuits. For the record, I have agreed to cooperate with the Kleins in their litigation against the H3 Snark mods for promoting my live stream to the extent that I am able.
So yes, chat, she's going rogue. She's going rogue. Kaceytron is now turning her back on Denham's and Frogan. I think we all knew from the beginning this was already a bloodbath. All right, we already knew from the beginning they were not helping each other out. Hell, Frogan was on the damn lam for a while. She was trying her best not to get served. She was gone. Venito. Denham's was turning her back on the mods day one. Kaceytron thought she was gonna have camaraderie. These motherfuckers like, girl, you on your own.
I will offer my support, including testifying under oath to everything I have just stated, to help their cause. I also want to take the opportunity to acknowledge other misconduct and bad behavior I have exhibited online. For example, weaponizing the death of Asmongold's mother was inexcusable.
Like, bro, this is why I'm like, I don't know if Ethan Klein made her say half of this shit, because, like, brother, Asmongold wasn't a part of this lawsuit. She just randomly comes out of nowhere. Yeah, Asmon, yeah, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to weaponize your mom's death. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, bro, that's why I'm just sitting here like, did Ethan write this? Question mark? Or, like, is she just saying shit, right? She's going off the dome right now. She's just feeling it a little bit. Because, like, I truly don't know. Because I don't know if the judge can compel you to specifically say the specific words that someone wants you to say. Like, yes, a judge can say you have to apologize, but it can't say you have to apologize in this way, this time, doing this thing, right? It's just like, hey man, apologize. Because a judge can't compel someone to use a specific script when apologizing, right? Because obviously that could fall under First Amendment. You can't force someone to say words that they don't want to say. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe this might be from the heart. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't have to be from the heart. But also, she didn't have to bring up Asmongold at all, because Asmongold had nothing to do with this lawsuit at all. I'm like, just in general. But Kaceytron continues to grovel at Ethan Klein's feet. God.
I should know better because I have 3 disabled people that rely on me. Moving forward, I will do better. I also want to apologize to the crew of the H3 podcast, particularly AB and Olivia. I apologize for calling them cowards for not quitting their jobs. That was a shameful attack on 2 people who deeply care about Palestine and Palestinian people. AB, along with his wife Lena, have done more than I have ever done for the Palestinian people.
I know them words must have hurt coming out of her mouth. It must have felt like damn needles coming up through her throat. Having to say that 2 Arabs were doing more for the Palestinian people than some random woman like Mississippi that cries on the internet about misogyny. I know that must have hurt her in the soul. That was a gut punch right there. Ethan, why are you forcing her to do this? This is inhumane. She cannot admit to this shit. It just kills the ego.
Including raising over $100,000 in charity. I recognize that they have actually made Palestinian lives better, and my online antagonism and trolling has not. I apologize to Ethan and Gila personally. I have said extremely mean and cruel things about both of them, particularly my misogynistic attacks against Gila that never should have been said. I also want to acknowledge the pervasive problem of anti-Semitism in leftist spaces. It should concern all of us. I condemn it and will not participate in it. To that end, I wish the Kleins success in enforcing TED Entertainment's copyright and protecting the legal rights of online content creators.
I just wanted you guys to see the ending where she has to go zoom over to the turn stream off button. Like a goddamn hostage. God damn, it's like a fucking proof of life. Oh my god, this man had her dangling from the toes in the gulags, talking about some you will apologize. God damn, them lawyer fees must have been eating her up to be saying all that now. And of course, you already know Asmongold watched the part where this woman was apologizing for his dead mother, and Asmongold said, fuck you. He still said fuck. I'm like, God, Asmund, Jesus.
For example, weaponizing the death of Asmongold's mother was inexcusable.
It sure was. That's why it's not getting excused. Apology not accepted. You did this because of a lawyer.
I mean, like, true though. I mean, like, she probably would have never said any of this shit if she wasn't getting sued at all. Hell, she would still be calling everyone misogynistic piece of shit. I don't know. She's probably working on her next script for her next stream, talking about something. Actually, I didn't mean it, and then she's gonna get sued again because you have to mean it. And we're gonna go down this whole rigmarole again. Then she's gonna apologize again, and then she's gonna say I didn't mean it, and it's just gonna keep happening. But maybe she did learn her lesson. I don't know. We'll have to see. But all I know is Denims feels betrayed, boys. All right, she done fucking wrote up a whole statement piece. All right, a whole think piece. She's like, we're not stopping the fight. I'm going broke with this. All right, you best believe I ain't got shit to do with my life. I'm like, hell, that's exactly what Kaceytron said before she flipped. So go ahead and sit back, boys. This bitch wrote a goddamn novel, alright? Golly. Jesus, sum it up, bitch. Wrap it up. This apology, which I can only assume was somehow forced to extract a settlement, was painful to listen to. It is absurd and ironic that Ethan accuses Hassan of being a puppeteer while LARPing as a comic book villain in this way. While it is unfortunate that Ethan appears to have been able to exert control over her in this way, I am happy that Kaceytron was given the opportunity to minimize the harm to her family, avoid the risk of losing her home, and move on from Ethan's lawsuit. I want to make several things clear. My trial date is October 26, 2026, and I look forward to beating Ethan in court while Casey and likely Frogan have caved to Ethan Klein, which is a decision I doubt they have made lightly. Settling like this is not an option for me. It is not an option for me because it would set a precedent that endangers the financial security of any streamer that creates reaction content. If you create content that involves commenting on videos on Twitch or enjoy consuming reaction content, you should be on my side. If you don't believe me, please read ahead and let me convince you. If you actually were commenting on the video and not playing it in its full entirety just to siphon ad revenue away and actually was creating transformative content, you wouldn't be getting sued, would you now? Because literally, H3H3 makes the exact same content as you. He literally reacts to things on his stream, except for he commentates over it and turns it into actual transformative content instead of sitting there with the video playing out in its entirety, and you might do a giggle. But let's see how she's going to convince me that somehow H3H3 is setting a precedent that could actually hurt himself in the future, by the way. The precedent that this man is making would hurt himself in the future. But alright, let's see. I watched and reacted to Ethan's highly anticipated content nuke shortly after it aired. Make no mistake, my coverage more than doubled Ethan's video in length. Ethan's video spanned roughly 104 minutes. I spent 230 minutes reacting to, criticizing, and commentating on this video and the content in it, during which I paused 210 times. That means I added 120% of the runtime in commentary, on average pausing every 30 seconds to add 36 seconds of commentary. This commentary length is substantially more than Asmongold, XQC, or any of the many other streamers and YouTubers that watch the content nuke in full. As we know, Ethan decided not to sue Asmongold and XQC or any other than the three of us, but he wouldn't sue them. They didn't intentionally try to deprive him of revenue, and you said yourself that you did. This notation is frivolous and is a fabrication. Ethan claims he is pursuing his claim against me only because of some claimed malicious intent on my part. There are two statements that Ethan falsely claims demonstrate my intent, along with his conspiracy theory about collusion with Reddit moderators, none of whom I have ever communicated with. I mean, like, literally all three of them were bragging about, hey, don't go over to H3's video and give it a view. Go to someone else watching the video so he doesn't get the views, which means he doesn't get the ad revenue. And also, just so you guys know, copyright is kind of a bitch, alright? Because you can't sue any and everyone that, infringes on your copyright, because you don't know any and everyone that infringes on your copyright. Sometimes you can just let some people slide, right? You can just let some people slide. You don't have to enforce your copyright everywhere to still have a copyright. I'm like, it just doesn't make sense. If you do find it beneficial for some people to watch your content or share it on their platforms without giving you a monetary incentive for it, then yeah, you can do that. You don't have to enforce your copyright on it. But if someone else does it without your permission, you can go after them, even though someone else literally just uploaded your content, but you were fine with it without any contract or anything. It is your copyright to do whatever you want with it. It's like me saying, I want to play with my toy now, but someone else says, but I want to play with your toy. It's like, bitch, it's my toy. I'll play with it whenever I want, and I'll take it away from you whenever I want. It's my toy. But she is not done yet, boy. Oh my god. Jesus. If I did not do this channel, I would have never read this whole thing. Just like 99% of the people that are in the comments saying, yeah, I ain't reading all that. But she continues on by saying, the first statement is my response to a chat message I read out. We're relying on you to stay live so we don't have to give the nuke views. And then replied, yeah, I'm going to stream it since he confirmed it's coming out today. I'm gonna stream it. I hope this is self-evident, but it would be bizarre for me to take that opportunity to bring attention to this group of people and how they actually should watch his video on his channel. It isn't my place, I don't care, and making a big deal out of it would only encourage the zealotry that Ethan is upset about. I merely acknowledged that I was going to react to it and moved on, drawing a broader narrative based on a chat message I did not write is delusional. The second statement is a throwaway shill comment I said after the video before signing off. Well, I guess if you enjoyed not giving any view to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like my content. As an aside, this statement is factual, almost certainly. If someone watched my coverage, they had no interest in watching Ethan's video without the addition of critical commentary, and never would have. Regardless of this statement, does not characterize my intent. At most, you can say that this is a mean-spirited comment in poor taste. Making a joke like this is too far, and that Ethan Klein deserves more respect. We can agree to disagree. So literally she admitted twice to basically stealing the content for people that don't want to watch the content on H3's channel, which would give him the original view for it, which would, give him in turn ad revenue. She at first says, yes, I am streaming this on my channel, and I know you guys don't want to give him a view, but you are interested in this video, which she tries to say they're not interested in this video, but the commenter literally contradicts that by saying, no, we are interested in watching the video, but we just don't want to give him the view. They are interested in the video. It's like me saying, oh, well, I'm interested in watching this new Sony production movie, but I don't like what Sony does with their money. So I'm gonna go, find it on an illegal website where you pirate it. You literally are interested in the movie and the content of the movie. You just don't want to watch the movie on a platform that would support Sony. Like, her logic is incredibly flawed. I can want to see something, but not support the person that produces it, right? I can be like, yes, this person makes great, beautiful music, but they're a horrible person, right? There are several people like that. I mean, like, brother, there are so many people that are like that where they make great music, but they're just a horrible person. And then on top of that, she literally brags about stealing the content. Her literal comment is about her stealing the content. If you're glad you didn't give this person a view which would give them ad revenue, come support me. This is like a pirating site saying, hey, if you like watching these movies for free, if you want to support the site so you can see more free movies, donate $1 and I can, get more movies. A pirating site doing that is profiting off of the piracy. Or if the pirating site just has ads, by the way, which she does, it is still profiting off of the piracy, which will go to the pirating person and not Sony Entertainment. They are still profiting off of this content. Plus, Google itself, and also Twitch, has set this precedent over a decade ago because they have Content ID. The reason why Content ID usually doesn't work in the sense of videos, right? You're not going to get your video demonetized or taken down for the most part because of videos, is mostly because most videos are made by actual creators, and creators know, don't touch the Content ID. That is like the one thing you do not touch, because that is a cascading effect. But if they wanted to, they could copyright claim or strike your video and be well within their rights because you use a certain portion of that. But is less, or I guess more sensitive in the sense of music. Music, they will hit your ass if you use 2 seconds of any song. Alright, that is the most sensitive thing ever on YouTube. If you use any copyrighted music, they hit your ass instantly. Even on Twitch. Twitch literally not demonetizes, but mutes portions of your VOD where you're using music. This happens to Denim. This happens to me. This happens to anyone. XQC. If you use any copyrighted music, they will literally mute portions of your VOD because there's copyrighted music in that place, just to make sure that these companies don't come after you or them. But we're rounding the corner here, boys. Let's finish up her statement. I humbly request that we take this opportunity to question Ethan's framing of events and call a spade a spade. Ethan is bullying people who said things about him he did not like, and he can do that only because he has more money than them. I'm doing so at least. In his lawsuit against me, he is setting a dangerous precedent for our corner of the internet, and my hope is that others in our community with resources like Ethan's do not follow in his small footsteps. Please donate to my legal fund. Every penny donated has gone exclusively to the court costs and fees and will go nowhere else. As stated earlier, my trial date is October 26, 2026, and I look forward to beating Ethan in court, ideally with your assistance. Thank you for your attention to this matter. This was a huge give me money please. The dangerous quote-unquote precedent that he is setting is you should not try to take money away from creators out of spite and encourage your followers to take money away from these creators out of spite. That is the quote-unquote dangerous precedent that she is trying to say is being set here. She is literally trying to say, oh yeah, encouraging people to take money away from people by not supporting the original content and only watching re-uploads of it, for some reason in her head is fine. It's fine, right? I would never tell my audience to not go over there and support people. If you want to, yes, I can say, yeah, I'm disappointed that she did that. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to be like, oh wow, how dare you. I'm not going to encourage you to come over to me and watch all of my content in replacement of these other people's content. If anything, I encourage you guys, go watch the content. Bring me the clips and, join the Discord. Bring me the clips. Trust me, I will gladly encourage you to go over and watch their content just as long as I get the clips. But we'll see in the court. All right, she says, I'm going to win, but so did Kaceytron. And she's already saying Frogan. It seems like Frogan may have already, you know, splintered off as well. So it seems like Kaceytron and Frogan are, you know, splintering off, and she's gonna be the lone wolf. But the thing about lone wolves is they tend to die pretty fast. That's why they're called lone wolves, is because wolves usually live in a pack, and if they're not in a pack, they die off pretty quickly. So we'll see with Miss Lone Wolf over there. But of course, the Haas crew, the Haas Twitter, are trying to make it seem like Ethan is being malicious and he's vile for this. Whenever this is what he had to say about Kaceytron whenever she finally apologized.
What a heartfelt. I mean, like genuinely, and I'm gonna say something. Kaceytron, we've said it continually throughout this. You are extraordinarily funny and a very talented person. And I wish you all the best in the future, in your future endeavors. And I know you will continue to make people laugh and to and to continue to bring joy to people in that regard. I do. I think you are extremely funny and very clever. So, and I accept your apology. I do. And I appreciate all the sincerity and just all the specific. A lot of the stuff in there was really, I think, warranted, and I'm glad that she's, you know, come to terms with a lot of it, and I appreciate it. I really think she's turned a new leaf. I do.
So yeah, it seems like H3 was just like, I didn't expect her to say half that shit. I did not expect her to say half that shit. I just said I wanted an apology. She's talking about some sorry Asmund gold. He's like, hey man, shit, that was a cherry on top. But who knows? Maybe Kaceytron really did turn a new leaf. Unlike items, this boy's out here trying to eat snake skin. Yes, he wants to eat the skin of his pet snake. This motherfucker's disgusting, boys. Click this video right here to find out how disgusting is he. But other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you all tomorrow.